What's up guys, Starnes here with Droid Monitor X. HTC fell flat with the release of the M8 and M9. They're looking for a comeback in the HTC 10. This is my unboxing and first impressions of the HTC 10. Let's go ahead and get started. When it comes to flagships, the HTC 10 seems to be the total package with an all-new design, a best-in-class camera, a beautiful display, and a clean operating system. As you guys can tell, I'm pretty pumped about this device. Let's get started with what's in the box. As soon as you pop the cover, you are greeted with the HTC 10. We'll set that to the side for now and see what else is in the box here. You've got the Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 brick, a USB Type-C cable, you've got a SIM ejector tool, and all kinds of reading material. All right, as far as specs are concerned, this is rocking a Snapdragon 820 processor, just like the US version of the Galaxy S7, so you know it's going to be a performance powerhouse. Match that with the Adreno 530 GPU, and this device should be chewing through games. We've also got 4 GB of RAM on board and 32 GB of onboard storage. It's got that 12 megapixel rear-facing camera with f1.8 aperture, 1.5 ultra micron pixels, laser autofocus, and optical image stabilization. This camera actually gets a DxO Mark rating right up there with the Galaxy S7 Edge, and it should be one of the best cameras on the market today. On the front of the device, we got a 5.2-inch Super LCD display with a pixel density of 565. The display is covered in Corning Gorilla Glass 4, which is said to be super durable. It's not, however, incredibly scratch resistant. Just keep that in mind. I already have scratches on the Galaxy S7, which also has Gorilla Glass 4 on the front. Something new here, instead of having dual front-facing speakers, you actually have a tweeter in the earpiece, and then you've got a home button on the front, and of course you've got a back button and a recents button there. Also on the front of the device, we have a 5 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization, so you're gonna get perfectly clear selfies, no more blurry images when taking selfies. That is an amazing feature. If we look at the back of the device, you have that beautiful metal build with these incredible chamfered edges, and this phone really feels great in the hand. It is a whole lot smaller than an S7 Edge at 5.2 inches. With a rounded back and chamfered edges, it really just feels incredible in the hand. It is a beefy device, and it has a lot of weight to it. It is not like super slim by any means. If we look at the top of the device, you've got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. On the bottom of the phone, you have that second part of the new and improved boom sound. You've got the bass speaker. You've also got USB Type-C for charging and a microphone there. On the right side of the phone, you have your SIM card tray, your volume rocker directly underneath that, and then underneath the volume rocker is the textured power button. On the left side of the phone, you do have a micro SD card slot. It does have 32 GB of onboard storage, but that micro SD card slot is going to allow you to add gigabytes and gigabytes. I believe it's 200 extra gigabytes of storage to your device. As far as software is concerned, the HTC 10 is running 6.0.1 Marshmallow out of the box. It has the Sense overlay, and this is the cleanest version of Sense ever on an HTC device. If we go into the app drawer, you can see what I'm talking about. Basically, HTC has gotten rid of all of the extra features that are not necessary. They've gotten rid of any redundant applications, so if Google has a version of their HTC Sense application, they just kind of gotten rid of that HTC version of the app, which makes for a much cleaner experience when you go into your app drawer. And overall, this is just more of a stock Android feel. We do have a few extra features, mainly the theme store. And as you guys can see with the theme store, you're just able to really customize your HTC 10 and give it that unique flair that makes your phone your phone. First impressions, everything runs nice and fast, fluid and smooth. Of course, this is fresh out of the box, but as you can see, there's no lag whatsoever. This thing is performing very well. The first impressions that I get from the display is that everything is crisp and clear and sharp and bright, but it doesn't get as bright as the screen on, say, the Galaxy S7 Edge. It gets plenty bright. You should be able to see it in sunlight as long as you're on full brightness. Just a little bit dimmer than a Galaxy S7. With the included 3000 milliamp hour battery, you should be able to get enough battery life to get you through the entire day. Many earlier reviews said that you can get anywhere from 4 to 5 hours of screen on time. At any rate, you should be able to get a full day's use out of the HTC 10. First impressions of the camera. Seems pretty fast, autofocus seems pretty fast, and just a few shots that I was able to take in low light situations. Obviously in good lighting situations, photos are gonna look excellent. The camera was able to focus in a lower light situation here pretty easily, even with an unsteady hand. If you get into extreme low light, of course, there's going to be some graininess and it's going to have a little more difficulty focusing. Of course, I'll have more information on the camera in my full review of the HTC 10 in the next couple of weeks. And you're all probably wondering about that fingerprint scanner. Is it as fast as other devices? Well, not really. You guys can see there, it takes it a second to recognize the fingerprint scanner and then to wake the phone. It's pretty quick, but not as quick as, say, the Nexus 6P or the Galaxy S7. Certainly not as fast as Touch ID on the iPhone, but it is pretty quick, definitely usable. All right, guys, this was just the unboxing and quick first impressions of the HTC 10. I'll be sure to have a full review of this phone in the coming weeks, so be sure that you're subscribed for that. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more content like this in the future. You can find more of me at droidmodderx.com. Follow me on Twitter at droidmodderx. Thanks, guys, for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.